Hello, hello. My name is Elise, and I have been on my weight loss journey for quite some time now. I have lost about 34 pounds with the help of my best friend Zetbound, and I was on a huge weight loss plateau for about 7 weeks. But I have 5 tips on how you can break through your weight loss plateau. First of all, what is a weight loss plateau? A weight loss plateau is when you've been doing your workouts, paying attention to your diet, doing all the things that you used to be doing that was losing weight before, but now your weight has paused for about 3 to 4 weeks. Well, mine paused a lot longer than that, okay? I was on a weight loss plateau for about 7 weeks. Every week prior, I was losing about 1 to 2 pounds per week, but there was a complete halt. And I was trying to do all the things I used to do, and nothing would budge. So weight loss plateaus are just part of the process. Like if you have 40 pounds to lose or greater, 100 pounds, there is going to be a time where there is going to be a weight loss slowdown or a weight loss plateau, a pause completely. But there's beauty in a weight loss plateau. One, your body is configuring to the new you. Like you've stabilized at that new weight that you're at, and that's a beautiful thing because maintaining your new weight is part of the battle. Also, instead of looking forward to what you still have to lose, enjoy the fact that you've already lost a significant amount of weight. And our bodies are smart. Think about it. If we were trying to lose weight forever and ever and ever, one, our body is stressed because losing weight is stressful. And two, well, you could lose weight and you're like at a significantly unhealthy weight. Like, so for example, trying to get to zero. I mean, you're not going to try to lose your weight to zero, but think about if there was like a famine or something, like your body is trying to keep you alive. So that weight loss plateau is good for you to sit and reset, and your body is trying to understand the new you. So what else can trigger a weight loss plateau? Well, there's a bunch of other things like stress, water weight, more carbs, your monthly cycle, and illness. There's tons of things that can keep you on weight loss pause. But I am going to give you 6 tips on how I broke through my weight loss plateau. And for some of us, it's going to be inevitable. You can't go around it. You can't go over it. You can't go under it. You just got to go through it. So 6 tips. Here we go. So number one isn't really a tip, but it's kind of a self-reflection. Okay, so are you really on a weight loss plateau, or did you stop doing the things that you used to do? Now, this is no shame or blame. This is just an honest reflection. Like, are you really eating the same way you used to when you first started on your weight loss journey? Are you hydrating the same amount as you used to? Are you getting the same amount of exercise and intensity as you used to? See, this is just an evaluation for yourself, and you got to be honest with yourself. No one can tell you these things. So as much as I hate tracking my eating, this was a time where I did track 3 days and see where I was at with my diet. I'm like, what am I doing? What am I missing? I cut out all these things. I did all these things. Still, the weight loss would not budge, or at least the scale didn't budge. So I think that when I really looked at what I was doing, I was meticulous with my eating and my exercising for about 4 or 5 days out of the 7-day week. Now, if you really look at that, that's like a 70% average. A 70% average is like a C, okay? You're not gonna get out of your weight loss plateau with that. So this is a time where you need to really examine yourself, see if you actually loosened up your reins a lot or a little, because just that little bit of tightening up the reins, being intentional on these 100 days that I'm on, it actually changed a lot for me. So this isn't an actual tip, but just monitor and see exactly where you are if you're actually doing the things that you were doing, that you used to be doing before you hit that weight loss plateau. There was a study done where they were asking people how many times did they eat out in a week. And everybody on average would say, 1 or 2 times a week. But then when they pulled out their bank statements, it showed that they were eating out double than what they expected and what they said they were. Everybody was double. If they said they ate 2 times a week, they were eating out 4 times a week. If they said they were eating out 3 times a week, they were eating out 6 times a week. So sometimes we are so blind to what we're actually doing that we don't notice. So our first tip, if you're on a weight loss plateau, tighten up your reins and monitor to see if you're actually doing your best. Tip number 2 If you are on a weight loss plateau and you're doing recompositioning with your body, meaning you're doing weight training or resistance training, well, honey, guess what? The scale is no longer your friend. It's not. It's not a reliable source. Muscle weighs way more than fat does. So there's other things that you need to consider. Maybe your energy levels. Like if you were used to having that 4 o'clock slump and you're feeling more energetic today, that is a good indication that you're not actually on a weight loss plateau. You're still losing fat. Are your clothes fitting a little differently? I had to go do a Victoria's Secret run. I am in a smaller size bra and panty. Yay me. But during the 7 weeks, the scale didn't budge, but I was still losing fat. Get used to measuring your actual body parts, like your thighs, your arms, your waist, because during a weight loss plateau, yes, we want to lose weight, but fat loss is actually what our goal is. Yes, we want to lose the weight too, but at some point, it's the fat that really changes your body. So if you think you're in a weight loss plateau, fat loss plateau, and you're building muscle, the scale is no longer your best friend. So you may not be actually in a weight loss plateau. Tip number 3, intensity on your workouts. Now, this is very varied and variable based upon where you're currently at and where you started. But for me, I had to realize that I had to increase my intensity in my workouts. So 2 days a week, I was doing high intensity interval training, and that has helped me break through my weight loss plateau. Even when I'm taking my walks, I now do a burst of jogging for about a minute, and actually non-scale victory. So what I would do on my walks, I would do 60 seconds of intense jogging, then I'll walk for 5 minutes. Then I'll do another burst of intense jogging. And so today I was like, I'm gonna jog the whole way. I jogged for 10 minutes straight without taking a break. Now, I don't know about you, but that was like, man, I feel really good. And even if the scale hadn't changed, I know that my energy, my intensity, my endurance has improved, regardless of what the scale may say. Now, this is different for everyone. If you're doing 6,000 steps a day, increase it to 8,000. If you're just doing cardio, if you're a cardio queen, we'll start doing resistance training. It will leave you stronger. And even though, these are subtle differences that you have to make. I'm not saying, work out 6 days a week. No, you can still work out 2 to 3 days a week if that's what you're doing, but increase the intensity, even if it's just for 10 minutes of your workout. Doing that consistently can make a difference in breaking through your weight loss plateau. Along with workouts, increasing your NEAT, N-E-A-T. It's your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. It's basically the daily things that you do. It's walking up the steps versus the elevator. It's parking further from the grocery store instead of getting that prime front row parking. It's your daily movements. And so even though if you work out in the gym 3 to 4 days a week, having your daily step count up on top of that can definitely increase your weight loss and bust through your weight loss plateau. So it's good to track your steps, especially if you have a sedentary lifestyle. If you work at an office job and you just work out 3 days a week and you're in a weight loss plateau, I suggest that you get more daily steps in your routine, however you may fit it in. Step number 4 comes as no surprise, just like the others, whole foods. I don't know how many times we got to say, whole processed foods are just not a treat. And I'm not saying you can never have these things, but if you're in a weight loss plateau, look to see how much processed foods you're actually having. 400 calories of processed foods versus 400 calories of whole foods, they may look the same on the outside, but it does different things inside of your body. So whole foods are harder for your body to break down, so you're burning more calories as you're processing that food versus processed food. It's kind of just junk. And so I'm not saying you have to eliminate it completely, because there are some times where it's just not practical, but pay attention to how much processed foods you have. And you're going to have to switch up some things. And so, I know that people are getting those easy grab and go things while you're on a weight loss journey, but if you're on a weight loss plateau, increase the whole foods that you're eating. Try it for 2 weeks and see how you even feel. Even if the weight doesn't change on the scale, the way you feel will improve. Trust me, I had to try it. Tip number 5, if you're on a weight loss plateau, it might be time to switch up your workout routine. Now, this isn't about changing your intensity or increasing the times that you're working out per week, but you might have to just shift what you do. For example, if you were walking, maybe try swimming. Just switch things up because I was a cardio queen. I loved cardio. But for long-term fat loss, cardio is actually not the optimal way. Yes, we need cardio for our heart, but strength training, endurance training, don't be afraid of the weights. It doesn't have to be at the gym, it could be in your home. But whatever you were doing, say if you were lifting weights 2 to 3 days a week and not doing enough cardio, well, then do some more cardio. You have to switch it up to see what works best for you. And in order for you to bust through your weight loss plateau, switch up your workouts if what you've been doing isn't getting you the results that you used to get. My 6th tip is what we drink. I know you like that Coke Zero, babes. Drop it. Drop it and put it down, okay? Hydration. Now, it's January. I started my weight loss journey in June, okay? It was easy to drink water in June. It was hot. It was triple digits. Why would you not want to drink water? But in January, it just doesn't feel the same. One of the things that I noticed was I was not drinking enough water, and it was just easy. I didn't even want to. I didn't feel like it. It didn't even feel good. So I had to go look at what I've been doing on this 100 days of being intentional with my decisions, and I had to increase my water. I'm not telling you how much water you need to drink. That's far and wide by your height and your health conditions, but I'm probably sure you may not be drinking as the optimal amount. If you're on a weight loss plateau, drink some more water. Additionally, what you may be drinking is alcohol. Now, the sooner you accept that alcohol is poison in your body and there is no health benefits to drinking alcohol, is the sooner you can release it. One thing that I would do if I were to start over on my Zepbound journey was getting rid of wine a lot sooner. This has been a wineless January, and I feel really good. And so what happens is if you drink alcohol, your body recognizes it as poison. And so while your body is getting rid of that poison in your body, you know what your body's not doing? Fighting off fat for up to 3 days. So if you're drinking even that 1 glass a week, for 3 days afterwards, your body isn't doing its optimal at fighting off your fat and getting your fat off your body. So let's think about this. Let's say, okay, as I started before, I was working out and being intentional with my weight loss, my fat loss 4 to 5 days a week, and then I was having a alcoholic drink on the weekend. So you're meticulous for the first 4 or 5 days, then you have a drink, then your body's not burning fat for 3 days. It kind of alters your mood. So the next day you just want to relax and you don't even get your workout in like you said you were. And then you're exhausted the next day after that because you feel like you deserve a rest because you were so good those 4 days. And then you repeat the cycle. That cycle was what I was on every other week. And that is why I was on my weight loss plateau in the month of December. Now, January, I cut all that out, but I was still struggling with my weight loss or my fat losses, so I thought. So I have been intentional with all these little things, little changes that I'm doing. Now, am I saying anything groundbreaking? No, I'm not. Here's what I'm going to tell you. We have this ability to overconsume all this knowledge. I'm on YouTube and I'm telling you, you don't need to watch not one more video on a GLP-1 or Zepbound. At this point, you've gathered all the information you need to, and you just need to execute. You just need to do the things that you know to do. Now, YouTube is great to have a community and getting some things that you didn't get from your doctor, whether you get the GLP-1 from your doctor or from another place. And the reality is you're probably not going to have, your best friend or your neighbor on a GLP-1 that you can talk things through. So it's good to have a community. But stop consuming. And if you're consuming my information, I hope you're at least on a walk. So you just got to do it. There is no easy way to get out of the weight loss plateau. You can't watch a million videos to get out of it. You just have to do the things that you already know to do. It takes some discipline and consistency. But you know what? Here's another aspect of weight loss. Nothing in nature is 100% consistent, okay? The trees are not bearing fruit all year. The leaves are not hanging on the trees all year. They fall off. The sun in the winter wants to hide away and go away sooner, while in the summertime, it's out all day. Guess what? You are nature. You are nature. You are not a machine, and you are not meant to be on this earth to be 100% disciplined and sticking to every single routine. Give yourself some love and grace. But no, did you know that there are things that you already have the power and control to take care of? So I encourage you on this weight loss journey. If you're on a weight loss plateau, you just got to go through it. You got to do the things that you don't want to do that may not be consistent. And some days your 100% is not going to be great. But when you are feeling great, make sure you do that 100%. It's okay. Life happens to us all. And I'm on this life journey as well as this weight loss journey. So that's all I have to say. I busted through my weight loss plateau. This past week, I lost a couple of more pounds and I'm feeling really good. All right, well, that's all I got to say. My name is Elise, and if you want to join me on my weight loss journey and like my information that I give, blah, 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 hit the like and subscribe button, and we can be friends. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.